You got one fan base that's been waiting 50 years to get in, and you got another fan base with 5 trophies already in the case, sitting there going, woe is us. 5 trophies in the case, and you got a fan base that's acting starving like they haven't had a drink of water in 50 years.
Well, it's been 25 since they won.
It's been a while. It has been a while. But here's a fan base. When you're talking about the long scope of things in this NFL 100 season, right, we're talking about how many of the past are getting on the NFL 100 all-time team or on the recent Centennial Hall of Fame grouping. You have to take this in the totality of 50 years. Chiefs fans have been waiting forever. 49ers fans have tasted in the first quarter of it. Second quarter of the last 50 years, maybe not so much, but they did go to the Super Bowl a few years ago. All that said, they were one and doneing their coaches. They were downtrodden. They weren't even remotely close to the San Francisco 49ers, certainly of my youth, of Brockman's youth, of Del Tufo's youth, of many of your the viewers and listeners right now. And what do? They go ahead and hire the coordinator of a team that just blew a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl and say, screw it, we're taking them. And then a year later, they're saying, you know what we're going to do? We're going to call up John Lynch and take him out of the booth and say, you're our general manager. Help build the team in the mold of Shanahan and what everyone else is going around here. And Jed York, the owner, saying, screw it. We can give everybody 6-year contracts because we need to tell our fan base and everybody here we're done with one-and-doneing people. Chip Kelly, Tom Sula, so on and so forth. And we're going to be smart about it. We're going to go and see that something's going on in New England and snag Jimmy Garoppolo for a second-round pick instead of waiting around for Kirk Cousins. And we're going to go ahead and see what's going on in Seattle and take Richard Sherman. And we're going to go ahead and throw our heart and souls into this plan. And a team that goes from 4-12 to the Super Bowl does so in a game. Yes, we could talk about Sherman, who did wrap it up with an interception, and we will talk to Richard Sherman in the middle of this show, a centerpiece of our Monday after Championship Sunday program. He did wrap it up with an interception.
He did.
On the 6-year anniversary to the day in which he tipped a Kaepernick pass in the end zone to eventual Super Bowl MVP Malcolm Smith to wrap up Seattle's and his first trip to the Super Bowl. Well, Seattle had been before, but his first trip to the Super Bowl, an NFC Championship game, 6-year anniversary, by the way, in which he ended the 49ers season. And that was Kaepernick's last playoff game to this day. And now he does it for the 49ers. But the guy who personifies going from 4-12 to the Super Bowl and to go from totally downtrodden to championship quality, Raheem Mostert. What a story. Kid out of Purdue, track star, cut 6 times. Sounds like the Godfather line. 6 shots and he's still alive. And he has like this Arya Stark type mentality where he stares at a piece of paper as he revealed to the media en masse after the game yesterday. That's how he warms up. He looks at the cut dates in 2015 when the Eagles, Dolphins, Ravens, and Browns all had a shot for him. Oof. In either the offseason or on their practice squad and let him go. And then the Jets had him for about a week. He was basically there just a little bit longer than Belichick was as head coach once upon a time. Bears had him, and then the Niners say, we'll take him, and he's been there ever since, and he has been dynamite. And he ran for the second most yards in the history of the NFL playoffs, NFL 100, and he had 4 touchdowns, and he's unstoppable, and he personifies this run-first, hit-you-in-the-mouth mentality, and he personifies what the 49ers are now all about. If you had time warped me back to the 80s and 90s and say the 49ers are an underdog story, you'd be like, what? You bet they are. Unbelievable. And now it looks like with Coleman getting carted off, it looks like Mostert's going to be your starter for Super Bowl 54. As that will be, I guess, the one crucial 49ers injury we keep an eye on between now and 13 days from now when it's kickoff in South Florida. Unbelievable story of the 49ers.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.